Hey again, it's Christina from Sunshine in Flora. So I am out here this morning. It is June 8th and it is a very overcast morning and actually a little bit chilly, which is nice for a change. I am getting my pumpkins planted this morning, finally. I usually like to get these planted around Memorial Day, but I've been running a little behind this year, but that's okay. They will be just fine. The pumpkins that I grow are for a specific fall market that I do. This year it's September 23rd, and it's called the Made and Found Midwest Market. It's down in Anthony, Iowa, and I take all of my cut flowers there. The last 2 years I have sold out. It has been amazing. Last year I took, and I'll put some pictures up on the screen. Last year I took about, 350 pumpkins along too, of the small and medium specialty size pumpkins. I try not to take a lot of the orange pumpkins, but I take a lot of unusual ones. I take a lot of white pumpkins, of course, but I also take some yellow and orange striped pumpkins. I take tan pumpkins, some green and white striped ones, some winter luxury ones. So I try to take things that are really different that you can't just get at the normal pumpkin stand. So that is what I'm planting today. I have a whole bag of pumpkin seeds here. So I just wanted to go through this with you guys and share with you what varieties I'm planting this year. And then I'm going to show you where and how I plant them. So I plant these in a bed that is 96 feet long, and I tend to space them about 4 feet apart just so I can pack in as many as I possibly can. Now I already have a couple watermelon plants out there. So I think, if I'm calculating this right, I think I can fit 22 hills of pumpkins there. Now I have more than 22 hills planned. I have another area where I have a trellis that I think I can grow some mini pumpkins on. And then I'm actually creating a new cottage garden area that I think I can maybe plant a few hills on the end that they can branch out, but we'll see. So anyway, I just want to go through all of these varieties with you first, and then I'm going to take you out and show you where and how I plant these. All right, so I get a majority of my seeds from the Blue Pumpkin Seed Company. If you have not heard of them, make sure to check them out. I will link their website below. They have an amazing variety of seeds. So that's where a majority of these come from. I also did pick up one random packet from Gurney's, which I'm sure you've heard of that company. It's an online website. And then I also ordered, it looks like 4 packets from Holmes Seed Company. So I don't know how I found these guys over the winter, but I think I was probably just searching for specialty pumpkin varieties. So I only have 4 packets from them. But again, a majority of mine come from the Blue Pumpkin Seed Company. So I'm just going to go through all of these varieties with you, and I will put a picture up on the screen. So the first variety is the one from Gurney's, and this one is called Autumn Buckskin. This one looks a little bit like a Long Island cheese. I've never grown this variety before, but I thought it looked really pretty. And for some reason, I think I ordered this because it was supposed to be a pretty good yield. When I research my pumpkins, I try to research ones that especially give good yields. Yield means the amount of pumpkins that you get per vine, because I want to have as many as possible in the smallest space as possible. So for some reason, I think that's why I ordered this one. We'll see how it goes. Then from the Holmes Seed Company, I ordered White Delight, which is a grayish colored pumpkin. I thought that would be really unique. I ordered the Royal Blue Pumpkin, Strawberry Crown, which I thought had a really, really unique coloring. Almost takes on kind of a purplish lavender hue. And then Chirimen, hopefully I'm saying that right. It's Chirimen. And I thought I would try that one out as well. All right, then the rest are all from the Blue Pumpkin Seed Company. And I have a little post-it in here on what I am planting 2 hills of. So I will try to designate that as I go through these. I'm keeping them all in a bag to just try to keep everything organized. Okay, so these are in no particular order. So the first one is Kickazoo Squash. This is a really light colored tan pumpkin. I just thought this was really, really pretty. The next one is Silver Edge. I grew this last year and it was super popular. It sold out from my stand, probably one of the fastest varieties to sell out because it was so unique with the white and green striping. So this one, I don't have this on my list of 2 hills, but from what I remember, this was pretty productive. If I have room for 2 hills of this, I will do 2 hills. Okay, the next one is Blaze. This is the yellow and orange striped pumpkin. This is very productive, and I'm definitely doing 2 hills of this one. It's another Blaze packet. All right, Black Futsu. This one definitely is getting 2 hills. This was a productive variety. I only grew 1 hill last year. This was the fastest to sell out for my market stand because it was so unique looking. This one I also definitely really need to get in the ground because some of these pumpkins, while they look fully developed on the vine, to go from the orange to kind of that smoky gray black color, they age as they stay on the vine. So I definitely want to make sure that this hill gets plenty of sunlight, or this vine can branch out and get plenty of sunlight, and this needs to stay on the vine as long as possible. But this is a definite 2 hill variety. So the next one is Snowball. This also is a 2 hill variety. I grew 1 hill of this one last year. This probably was the most productive out of all of my pumpkins, maybe minus one of the little miniature pumpkins because we all know those produce a million. But Snowball produced so many pumpkins. They all looked about absolutely the same, absolutely perfect, and these sold super quick from the stand. So this is a 2 hiller also. Casperita, always one of my favorites. Not necessarily a miniature pumpkin. It's a little bigger than the miniature pumpkins. Super productive. This one tends to bush a little more than vining, so I can tuck this in a spot where I don't need it to vine out as much. But this one I grow every single year. Here's another Black Futsu. Winter Luxury. If I have room, this will be a 2 hill pumpkin. The Winter Luxury is an orange pumpkin, but it almost has like a spider web netting look over it. It's really beautiful, and a lot of people commented that it was super unique. So this one I have to grow. Here's another pack of the Silver Edge. All right, Red Warty Thing. I just thought this one was super weird looking and really unique. So I wanted to try this year for variety. Mint Prince. I grew this one last year and it was really, really pretty. It's a little bit larger, so I don't get as many pumpkins per vine, but I really like to add that mint green into the stand. So I'm growing this one again this year. We got a few left. Okay, Grizzly Bear. Before I talk about Grizzly Bear, I have to talk about Hot Chocolate. So Hot Chocolate is a tan colored pumpkin, really pretty, medium sized. I really love it for my own decorating, but I had it in the stand last year and a lot of people loved it because it was a little more neutral than that bright orange pumpkin. So I'm growing Hot Chocolate this year, but then I'm growing Grizzly Bear. Grizzly Bear is that same tan color as the Hot Chocolate, but it has a little bit of that bumpy, warty quality to it. So those two I think will go together really well. All right, 3 more. Actually 2 more. Here's another packet of Snowball. So these are 2 I have never grown before. The first one is American Tondo. I have seen this one before in person and I thought it was really unique. It has oranges, tans, and hunter greens. I really love that combination. So I wanted to try and grow this for myself. And then the last one is a squash. It's called Chinese Tropical. And I just love the look of this. I think this one is supposed to give pretty decent yields. And so this is a new one that I want to try this year. All right, so that is the collection. Really good variety, I think. As you'll notice, I don't have any traditional orange pumpkins in there. I do really like the Connecticut Field pumpkin for my own decorating, and so if I have room, I'm going to stick a hill of the Connecticut Field somewhere just for ourselves. But these are the ones that I'm planning on growing for that big end of the year market to sell at the stand. All right, let me head out and show you where all of these are going. Okay, so this is the outside of my fenced-in area. You guys have probably seen this in recent videos. We had quite a bit of rain this morning, so over here by my car, the water tends to pool a little bit, but everything is looking really, really good. If you're new to my channel, I have an urban flower farm. It's located behind my photography studio. So over there is the grocery store on the other side of my hoop house. But this is the bed where my pumpkins go. So I currently have sunflowers sown at the back. The ones down here, those are volunteer sunflowers. They're getting some nice buds on them, so I'm leaving them for some early sunflower blooms. But if you look along here, ignore the weeds, there's a whole line of the Pro Cut Orange sunflower flowers coming up. These daffodils are dying back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the sunflowers grow on the back side. I did this last year. I'm going to plant the pumpkins closer to the front, and the pumpkins vine out in this space and just grow really, really happy in this rock in lots of heat. So I have from all the way down there to all the way over here to plant pumpkins, except for right over here, I have one hill of watermelon. There's my first succession planting of sunflowers coming up nicely. And I have one more hill of watermelon here. And here's my rhubarb patch looking good. This was new this year, so I haven't harvested it yet, but I think we'll be able to harvest it next year. So I think I should be able to fit 22 hills of pumpkins here. And then I do have one other spot where I have one of those cattle panels. I think that I can fit a couple of the mini pumpkins on there just for extra space. And then I have another new cottage garden area that I have not yet started. I may plug a couple hills there. But this entire bed is where a majority of the pumpkins will go. So let me get all my tools ready and I'll show you how I plant them. Okay, so I'm ready to plant my first hill, and basically I'm just going to kind of move wherever I want to plant these. I'm just going to move the daffodils out of the way because they're dying off. I'm going to plant my hill, put in a marker, and it'll be good to go. Now I am going to be putting in 2 soil amendments when I dig my hole. I always put in a little bit of biotone starter fertilizer to give it a little bit of a boost, and then I also put in a little bit of composted manure. I did that last year for a little extra soil fertilizer because pumpkins are very heavy feeders and it seemed to work well. The other thing I do for this space, which I have not done yet, is I run a drip line so that it has consistent water every day. And so I will probably be doing that tomorrow. It looks like we have a little more rain coming through this morning, which would be perfect if the rain watered these in. So I'm going to hurry up and get these planted, and hopefully it'll be done just in time for that rain. Okay, so I will show you guys this first one. I'll zoom in on the second one that you can see, and then I'm going to hurry up and get these planted. So I have my yardstick out so I can just place this in between so I know about a foot or 4 foot between each plant. So we'll call that right here. And I'm going to make a hole, just a couple inches deep. This is my composted manure. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that in the hole. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this biotone starter fertilizer. And then I'm going to mix that together. And then Cherryman is going to be my first variety. So I'm going to put this in. Let's put it kind of off to the side. I want to be able to read it, but I don't want it to be right in front of the vine. And then I like to put 4 or 5 seeds just to make sure that I get, good germination, and then I can always thin them out if I want to. So basically I'm going to pop them in the hole, and I'm going to cover them with the dirt, pat them down a little bit, and that's good to go. Let me move the camera closer so you guys can actually see what's going on. All right, so strawberry crown is going to be my next one. So I have made a hole right here in the middle, about a couple inches deep. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. I'm going to put in some composted manure. Then I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of biotone or a lot of biotone. Stir it up. Let's put a little bit more of that composted manure in there. I mean, I don't think that a lot of biotone can hurt, but I want a little higher ratio than that. Then, here's my strawberry crown seed packet. Oh, these are bigger seeds. Oh, I think I just felt a sprinkle. I better hurry. I'm going to put all these seeds right in there, right in the soil. Cover them up, pat them down, and that's good to go. Okay, I'm gonna hurry and get the rest of these planted before the rain moves in. Okay, so it is actually the next day. I ended up getting all the pumpkin seed, well, most of the pumpkin seeds planted that I wanted to in between rain showers, which was really nice to have some good rain yesterday. And then the day just got away from me and I didn't end up filming the end of this video. So I want to go ahead and show you where they are all planted right now. When I calculated how many hills of pumpkins that I would have planted out in that garden bed, I didn't take in account the amount of space that I had already planted for the watermelon. I kind of estimated on the low end for that. And then I forgot about my rhubarb patch that I had there. So instead of 22 hills of pumpkins, I only planted 18. So I need to find a space for at least 4 or 5 more hills. There is one variety for sure that I didn't get in, which is Casperita, and I definitely want that for my big market. And then 4 of the other varieties I would like a second hill of. So I think I can easily tuck Casperita in somewhere because when that grows for me, it's a little more of a bush variety. So I need to tuck that in somewhere today. And then the other 4, I may tuck in the edge of the new cottage garden area that I am building, or the edge of some other bed. I don't know. Whoa, that was a really loud semi. Hopefully you guys could hear me okay. I was saying I need to get those tucked in somewhere, but that will have to be another day. So let me just walk you out and show you the bed with all the tags. There's not much to see, but just so you can see how they're spaced out. Okay, so here's the bed where all the pumpkins are planted. Here is the first hill right here, and these daffodils will be dying off very soon, but the pumpkins are all planted where there is open space. Pumpkins will germinate out here very easy because it is so hot, and you can see the white tags going all the way down the end. Again, these I get off Amazon. They're really easy to read, and I should start seeing these pumpkins germinating in no time. So this will be really fun to see grow over the course of the year. Also, since I'm out here, I have my first straw flowers. I just love these. Okay, so that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the specialty pumpkins that I am planting for the big end of the season market. I will make sure to post updates when I start seeing pumpkins on the vines. And of course, I will do a big harvest video at the end of the season to show you what all of the pumpkins end up looking like and how the yields are. I'm really hoping for a good count this year. But anyway, next week, I'm probably going to be filming a hoop house update and give you a tour of everything that's growing in the hoop house. And it's early June, so I probably need to film an early June garden tour and show you guys how everything is looking. So stay tuned for all of that. We'll see you soon.